Case number 15NOV2018, name Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus. Take control of the most technologically advanced army in the Imperium, the Adeptus Mechanicus. Your every decision will weigh heavily on the outcome of the mission in this turn-based tactical game. Will you be blessed by the Omnissiah? This is the pledge of the developers, executing the Judgment Protocol. Let Omnissiah's will be done. Honestly, I was mighty disappointed with the story of this game. As my first witness, I would like to bring renowned Black Library author Ben Counter to the stand. What is the point of bringing such capacity on the project if you don't let him write a good story? So far I have read Grey Knights and Dark Adeptus from Mr. Counter, and both are fantastic books. And you can tell he did his best here, as each character feels like it was lovingly crafted by someone who knows the lore well, giving each Magos a unique personality that is not always in accord with the others. But that's it. I can summarize the story of Mechanicus with this meme I made recently.
Holy Kevin, you're
Basically, Admex vaults into a Necron-tombed world of Silva Tenebris, wake them up, and after killing the Overlord, fucks off. According to the outro cutscene and Steam achievements, there are multiple endings, but I was not even given a choice to decide anything. And I never felt there was any story happening anyway. I think I found out why, but about it later on. TLDR, story is non-existent, huge waste of potential. And Heretek DLC does not make it any better, as it also offers very basic bitch story that any fanfic writer could come up with. Mr. Counter, I feel your pain you must have felt while writing for this game with such constraints. I really do. Graphics are amazing. Whether it's the well-drawn pictures of the main protagonists during their dialogues, or character and model details in-game, down to the creepy, dark Necron tombs, the graphics are on point. The level of detail is also amazing, and during the mission you can zoom in to see all the action up close and personal, as you can see from Exhibit A. Just the camera angles sometimes spoils it, but that is not the artist or graphic designer's fault. Serious purity seal of approval to the graphics team. And another such seal goes straight to the sound and music team for doing an outstanding job too. Everything sounds exactly as you would expect from the looks of it, whether we are talking ranged or melee weapons hitting the metal bodies of Necrons, or Xeno weaponry dealing damage to your brave tech priests. As far as voice acting goes, this is the best part, except Necron lords everyone speaks in lingua technis, so to the general populace it sounds like random automaton noises, which is true to the lore. Necron lords speaks in High Gothic as well as the narrator, and lines are delivered perfectly. I'm glad they paid for professional voice acting, as little of it as there is. Last kudos goes to Guillaume David for creating an unforgettable soundtrack for this game. Mix of Gregorian chants and somber, mystical tones of organ and electronics is just pure eargasm and fits the Admech team insanely well. Atmosphere in this game is really good. You do feel like a part of an expedition. When exploring the tombs you feel the dread and grandeur of Necrons, amplified by great writing and description of the halls and situations for you to resolve. Speaking of which, let's move on to the gameplay. The best way to describe this would be: XCOM walked into a bar, met a good looking gamebook, and they had a very healthy child afterwards. But when Gamebook asked XCOM to help to raise the kid, XCOM enlisted as an Imperial guard and fled the planetary system onto some suicide mission, leaving Gamebook to raise the kid on its own. Because of that, none of the XCOM's bullshittery was passed down to the kid. Wait, what am I talking about? Gameplay. While on the mission, you come across situations that require your input. After reading a short description, you will have 3 options to choose from, some more favorable than others. You make your choice and either get rewarded or punished. I have noticed repeating bug where sometimes the result you are reading does not match the reward. Few times the resolution said I have made a good decision and got a reward, but in game I lost health points or sped up Necron Awakening. Annoying as hell, and QA team failed a lot on this project. There are also rooms with glyphs that you can ignore or even disable, which I hate because they make no sense. It's literally a crapshoot. I mean, the one with dice, as there is no explanation or hint about which option is the correct one. You can either try your luck and learn which glyph is correct by trial and error, since this repeats itself in each tomb, or just skip it. When it comes to fighting, things get better. From narrative perspective, it makes sense that you can only deploy your tech priests in one place, since they just came out of some tunnel into the fighting hall, but dropping everyone next to each other and go from there takes away any options to strategize with your unit placement. Combat is turn-based and XCOM-like, but without the XCOM RNG bullshit. In Mechanicus, if you see someone who is not obscured by a wall or another body and is within the range of your weapon, you will hit them. The only randomness is about how much damage you will deal, but you always know your damage output, so all is well. Thank you Bulwark Studios so much for this, thank you! Lastly, Blackstone, the currency you need to buy levels for your tech priests. You get some as a mission reward, gather some more by making correct decision, killing enemies and scanning cogitators. You have 6 classes to choose from, and as long as you have Blackstone, you can mix and match to your heart's content. Level gives them new abilities, body parts and option to wield more powerful weapons. Speaking of which, the amount and variety of weapons, especially melee, is rather poor. You have 3 types of axes while one of them is useless, only one energy melee weapon, and out of all that fancy schmancy range weaponry, in all fairness, you have about 5 weapons to choose from, as most of them do the same thing just with different numbers. Would expect a bit more from our cog-headed brethren. Controls are nothing to cry about, you will be using your mouse for majority of the time, but can use keyboard for camera movement and some shortcuts that you can rebind. Sometimes I had issues to give movement commands as the confirmation button would not appear, and I had to rotate the camera and find out the clicking point with surgical precision, especially near consoles. Again, why nobody flagged it in QA? Now, the mechanics of this game are something that I wish I understood before getting into this adventure. You have 6 mangas. You have 6 high-ranking Adeptus Mechanicus members on board of the ship, and each of them will ask you to do a mission for them. Each mission gives you different rewards, and each Magos is working in different tomb on Silva Tenebris. These rewards are how you will unlock additional tech priests, expand cognition gauge and earn better gear. So naturally I was choosing missions based on rewards and making sure to complete enough of them in each tomb to wake up local tomb lord so I could go and smack him across his filthy Xeno mouth and teach him his place.
Shut the fuck up! Know your fucking place, trash!
The problem is, you can finish the Lord before doing all the missions in said tomb, so I thought revisiting tombs where I already dealt with the threat would be pointless unless the mission itself offered a reward I wanted. Because of that, and the shitty way the storytelling works in this game, I have missed the fact that each mission is actually a sub-story of each Magos that you can complete by fulfilling all their requests. How could I know? There is a Magos who always asks for some additional materials. That does not sound like a story to me. Kepra, whiny bitch that I hate with a passion, always moans about her precious guitar units, hardly sounds like a sub-story. Seriously, I had no idea. Thus, I finished the game without any real conclusion to the story, and it all felt underwhelming because of that. You tell me in comments if it's just me being stupid or if you felt the same. Another reason why I did not finish the sub-stories is the timer. Each turn raises the awakening level of the whole planet, which puts you on a timer before the whole planet is fully awakened and all goes to hell. So naturally, you will be rushing, and it depends on how well you perform to see how far you can get before the clock of doom strikes midnight. It helps to boost the replayability of the game, as you can't clear every tomb in one playthrough, but without New Game Plus option, this means you will never unlock all the things unless you go for some stupid easy difficulty, and that will be no fun. Speaking of difficulty, Vulcan's Onyx colored ballsack, I am on the roll with these segues today. Many claim the game gets too easy, and that is true. I played on normal settings, and once I started to use cloaking device and got some decent levels, nobody stood a chance against me. But what the smart people at Bulwark Studios did is they gave us an option to change difficulty at any point. You can make it easier or harder, speed up Necron awakening rate, give them more health or firepower, give yourself less Blackstone and even a permadeath for your tech priests. So stop whining about the game being too easy, crank it up to 11, stop using the cloak and then come back telling me how easy the game is. Lastly, Appendix Sigma, the DLC Heretek. Grab it while on sale. It adds 5 missions, extra tech priest class and some neat weapons to try out, but on its own is quite underwhelming, so full price of 7 Imperial credits is a bit too much to ask. And only play this with priests at least on level 10 and with cloaking device or AoE weapons equipped. You'll thank me later. My dear battle brothers and sisters, after 59 hours I proclaim Mechanicus well worth of your time and Imperial credit, and any true son or daughter of the Omnissiah owes to themselves to give this game at least a try. I am hoping for more Warhammer games from Bulwark Studios and wish them all the best. Thank you for a great game to play and to stream. You can let us know if my ruling equals true or false by giving this video a thumb up or down, and praise the machine god in the comment section. Click the subscribe button to reject the weakness of the flesh, and click the bell button so your cogitator always makes you aware if new video equals true. I will see you at the next ruling, and as always, the Emperor protects! And the Omnissiah as well.